What's up, guys? It's Chellers, and welcome back to another episode of NHL 21 Franchise Mode with the Arizona Coyotes. So this is the second episode, which means in the last episode we went through the overview of the team. We signed some scouts. They didn't accept yet. I didn't advance the days. But we got some scouts. We looked at our entire roster, including our NHL team and our system. And we also planned out a future. So going off of the last episode, we decided that we are going to be basically sellers, not heavy sellers. We do want to keep some of our main players like Clayton Keller. But we did say in the last episode that Oliver Ekman-Larsson will be trying to trade away Oliver Ekman-Larsson to either Boston or Vancouver, because this offseason was stated by him that he wanted to either get traded to them, and I feel like I will try and respect his wishes since that's what he wanted. And considering we are listed as a seller, it just makes perfect sense to trade him, especially that he has a pretty big contract. The fact that I can get rid of it right away while he's still surprisingly decently young, I could try and get it done. So before we do anything, let me go back on the trade. I was doing a bit of scouting, and one of the team I wanted to trade with the most was Boston. They had the better players I can get back, and I feel like it made the most sense, because if you look at their team, they didn't sign Krug. Krug signed with St. Louis in real life, so he's not there. I believe he is in St. Louis with this roster update. But Chara also hasn't signed. He is still listed as a free agent because in real life he hasn't signed with Boston yet, if he decides to sign with them. So if you go by overall in their defense, I mean, it leaves a pretty big, overall horrible defense. Besides McAvoy, I mean, Carlo's okay as a top 4, but he's more suited as a top 6. And you have Miller, Moore, and Grzelcyk as 80s. Grzelcyk is an RFA as well. And then, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or did I miscount? 3, 4, 5. And Vakanainen or Lauzon will be your 6th man. I mean, I think trading for Ekman-Larsson makes too much sense in this franchise mode. So there are players that I was looking at trading for, and two of the big ones was Jake DeBrusk. One of the reason why is because hold on, let me just put in Ekman-Larsson. He's an RFA. He's a winger. He's listed on the trade block, so we could go for him, and he's still good. I mean, he has. Let me go back to all skaters and sort by potential or trade value. I mean, DeBrusk is at man potential. There you go. DeBrusk is as 83 overall at 23 years old. So even if he's not suited for, because he's not scouted yet, even if he's not suited for the line with Keller, he could play as a second line role and even a third line role in the future. And especially at 23 years old, he could still grow to maybe an 84 or 85 that we're hoping for. But even as an 83 is good. Now, I'm not going to go this straight right away because I want to scout him. And I don't have a scout in the region yet because I have to wait for my NHL Atlantic scout to accept the contract. But maybe before preseason, I might try and get this done. See where he is assessed. So what I'm looking for right now, because Keller and Kessel both fit the second line of Maurice Dupont, I'm looking for guys that could fit second line. Everything else besides that is basically, it doesn't matter if I get him or not. And the second player I wanted to add was Jack Stanika. Now he's 77 overall at 21 years old, which is okay. It's not amazing, but he's a medium top 6 forward potential, so he could grow to reach that. He's still young enough to get that overall. But the thing I like is that he's a two-way forward, as well as he's a forward line 2 as his fit, which is what Keller and Kessel are. So I could put them as a line together, and if they do really well, I could really get Stanika to grow. So Stanika would also be added in this trade. And as you can see in a 1-for-1, it looks like this might go through. I might have to add a little sweetener. But, I mean, DeBrusk and Stanika for Ekman-Larsson, and getting DeBrusk on a contract probably going to be around $4 million. And Stanika is a good prospect. I mean, I was hoping I could add more, but, I mean, considering that Ekman-Larsson is, 29 years old? Yeah. He's 29 years old, and he has 7 years left, which can take him to 36 years old. And he's only an 87. And I feel like there's a lot of potential in Stanika getting to that play with Keller. And Keller can't play left wing. He's a center left winger, so that makes even more sense. I could put Stanika on the center, Keller on the left, and Kessel on the right. Now this all works if DeBrusk ends up having a good scheme fit. If DeBrusk ends up being a a second line forward as well on the scheme fit of DuPont, then I'm all for it. So what we're gonna do, I was also looking at anti-Ranta trades. Obviously, I didn't do any trades yet because I was just looking to see what I can get. I don't want to come not prepared. But anti-Ranta, I can't really go for a trade right now because his value is around, what is that, a quarter of the full bar. And I was thinking, maybe I could get like a first round pick. Here it looks more like a third, but I was like, maybe I could get a first round pick from a team that needs him, right? But then I'm looking at the first round picks that teams have. And just look at this. So look how big the bar is for the first round pick. I mean, I could get a second round pick from Anaheim for anti-Ranta, which is kind of crazy. Like even Boston, look at that. I won't be able to get the first round pick from Boston. And like, let's say, for example, Tampa Bay, which I believe they traded their first round pick, did they not? Oh no, they have their first round pick. Look how high it is. So I think maybe because it's still preseason that the trade value is that high. Maybe after like 1 month or something, the value will go down. But I think the value will go down with anti-Ranta as well, since he's only on 1 year left. So I kind of have to try and manage it properly, but I do want to move him. Definitely want to move him before the deadline. We do have Aiden Hill in the minors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance a couple days until our NHL Atlantic scout accepts. So Kreider, I don't remember what his name was, so I'm just going to keep looking. So that's 3 guys right there. 4, got to trade for Christian Fisher. I have to sign Christian Fisher as well. So we signed one day. Let's get Christian Fisher in the deal, right? I mean, not in the deal, in the thing. So all skaters, no, it was RFA. Fisher's an 80 overall at 23 years old. And I don't really know what he could fit, but I might add him in the sweetener for a sign-in trade. So he wants 1 year at $825,000. That's perfect. You know what? I'll give it to him. I'll give him that RFA deal. And we'll just keep advancing. And I said I'm not going to sign any of the big free agents or RFAs. I don't really see how it makes sense. So we're going to keep simulating until everyone accepts our contracts. Cameron leaves. I think that's everyone, right? And I advance 1 more day. Yeah, okay, that should be everyone. So now we'll quickly go to our scouts. And we'll make sure everything is set up properly, right? So we're going to go by region. So we have Russia, and we have 2 Russians, which means I believe Dadanov was when we signed, right? Rest of world, A+. Yeah, so we'll change the region of Dadanov to go to rest of the world. So here we go, rest of world. Now I believe for Liga is good. Now, Lee's. What was Lee's good in? Extra Liga? Yeah, Extra Liga. So we will change you to Extra Liga. Europe. And Extra Liga, perfect. Okay. Clemenson, yeah, USA, East, Central, and West, perfect. QMJHL with 2 of those. OHL with 2 of those, yeah, perfect. And I believe Nurmi was who we signed, right? Was that the name? So we'll change you quickly to NHL Atlantic. Let's see. Yeah, A. Perfect. So we have everyone set up properly. We have 18 scouts. So you get 2 more scouts, but I don't really feel like it's necessary. Now I'm just going to check quickly if I can trade, if I could scout DeBrusque. Or do I have to wait until the Nurmi, I don't know if it was a regular guy, if Nurmi establishes themselves in the Atlantic. So let's see. Yeah, okay, so I'll do a complete scout on DeBrusque. I don't really know. I don't think it says when the scouting is complete, so I have to wait a bit. But that's done. So we'll keep advancing a day. Fisher accepted the offer. Perfect. We're going to see how Fisher fits into the team. So, is he scratched? No, he's in the minors, I'm guessing. I don't know why I did that. I want to go to the roster moves. And in the system, Christian Fisher, we'll call him up. And we'll go back to edit lines. And we'll just look and see what he fits in. Okay, so he likes the second line as well. Bounce, shoot, bounce, block. He likes the second and he likes the third line. Interesting. So, let's see. Is anyone here? Because right now this is what I have. I was tinkering with the lines, and this I can get it to a +3. And I can't get anyone here to a +1, I don't think, right? Maybe if I take out Garland now. Garland, Stepan is a 2-way forward. Dvorak is a 2-way forward as well. So let me move this. And I'll move Hunt or something. And I'll add Fisher and see what happens with Fisher. +1. Okay, so I could do this right now to start the season. My best line is the second line, but it's because they'll be doing the most. Like, they get the most pluses. So like Keller's an 87, Schmaltz is an 86, and Kessel's an 88. So I'm looking at that right now, and I like it. So far, it's so good. And another thing I was looking at also, I was looking at the coaches at who I could hire and maybe fire my coach to get a first line. To get a coach that could play good in the first line, like for Keller and all that. But I couldn't find any that were like decent. And by decent, I mean above C. So we're gonna be sticking with our current coach. He's an A-. I mean, we should still do well. We'll do as well as we expect to do. But now we'll just wait a couple days. Hopefully we can finish the scouting on DeBrusque. Actually, no, we'll send to the regular season. Maybe the scouting will be done by then. So yeah, Fisher, again, I'm not going to do any trades right now. Antti Ranta to Buffalo for a second and a third, like, that's not bad. But like, I really want to give Antti Ranta for only a second. I'd rather just wait and try and get a first out of like a good team that like would need a decent goalie. So, no, not to like assign anyone. Alright, so we're at the regular season. Let's see if DeBrusque got scouted. I believe I should still say if he's currently being scouted, right? DeBrusque. I think he's done. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So DeBrusque, according to the Pro Scout, would not fit on DuPont's scheme. So that's pretty big. Because Stanika is the one I'm really interested in getting. But obviously I can't do just Stanika and like a first for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I just, like, on paper, I'd be getting fleeced. Like, Stanika's a good player, but I mean, he's 21 years old. He can still grow, but it's a risk we're taking versus an established player. So maybe I take a chance. Do I go for DeBrusque? Like, this is getting risky now. If I do DeBrusque and Stanika for Ekman-Larsson, like, I feel like I'm giving up a lot. And DeBrusque just got signed on a 1-year deal. He doesn't want to get traded anymore. Like, they don't want to trade him anymore. So that's a pretty big L. But that was the risk I had to take. So now that I know that, I kind of messed up because I wasted time and I increased the DeBrusque value because he signed the deal. So let's see if maybe... Because obviously I can't get any of the big guys. I can't get Marchand, Pastrnak, or Bergeron, and I don't want to get Krejci. I could go for Frederick, but Stanika is better. What's Frederick scouted at, actually? I don't even have him scouted. Kashe, Koyo, like I could go for Kashe, but Senishin, no. And I can't trade for any of their Ds. It doesn't make sense. Like, McAvoy is good. Like, I can't trade for McAvoy. He's too high value. And it just, like, the team would never do that. I'd probably get fired as a GM for having to, like, overpay. I mean, I could do a second. Could do a first. They wouldn't accept this, would they? Yeah, it should be rejected. Unless you really make it worth our while, I don't think you have. So if I add a second... Rejected. Just a bit low. So like this would work. I'd have to add like a fourth or something and this trade would work. But like I'm trading with Ekman-Larsson was 87 overall for an 83 and a 77 as well as only a second round pick. It doesn't really make that much sense. So what I could do a big brain play. I could go into the regular season with Ekman-Larsson. His value hopefully is the same. Maybe it even goes up a bit if he has a good season. The DeBrusque value will diminish a bit, and maybe the first round pick will diminish a bit as well if Boston does well this season, which I imagine they would. Now the risk I'm taking on with that is that Stanika might grow in value, but again, I'm willing to trade away a bit more if Stanika grows to like an 80 overall, because then I know he's actually growing well. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that plan. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to go a month into the season. So we're going to start a regular season off right away. Actually, let me sort the lines first. But I'll go a month in the regular season and see how much a first round pick will drop. So we'll go looking like this is good. Power play. Keller and Kessel both don't like to. Yeah, they're like made for each other. Too bad Kessel's 33 because that would have been really good. Schmaltz, okay, +1. I mean, I don't really have any other options. I could put like Kraus. Fisher over Kraus. Yeah, that works. Okay. For now, Chikrin is gonna stay on the second pairing. I'm gonna keep him there. I mean, nobody likes this coach, honestly. Only people that like the coach and where they should be playing is like Nicky Schmaltz, and I can recommend that Nicky Schmaltz should be first line center with Keller and Kessel. So we'll try this out. We'll see if these guys end up doing well together. Maybe they might get more ice time because they're on the second line. I don't know. I don't really know how this is gonna work, the simulation. But we'll go into a month, alright? So our first game will be against Dallas and we're away. So we'll just sim against them, quickly one game just to see how the season will portray. And we get a 4-2 win away. That's pretty good. Now our first home game is against Anaheim. And we'll see how we do with them. And 3-1 loss. Alright, so that's what kind of we expect. We expect to be losing. So we'll go into November. We'll simulate the games. Again, I'm expecting losing record, but maybe with Ekman we might get a 500 or maybe just above 500 record. So starting off 2-1, 3-1 against Buffalo, 7-2 win. Wow. 6-2 loss to Minnesota. Draft class. So let's see. Did anyone get scouted? I doubt people got scouted already. Yeah, no one got scouted. Okay. So we are actually off to a great start. 6-2. Wow. Vancouver's 8-2. We lose. Okay. Tampa 6-3. We should lose. Yeah, 1-0. And Ottawa to end the month. We lose. Okay. Again, see, that's what I said. 6-4-1. Just above 500. Kessel 11 points in 11 games. So clearly that second line is doing good by the looks of it. Ekman Larsson has 9 points. That's good because I want to trade Ekman Larsson again, guys. I'm respecting his wishes. By the end of the season, I told him at a meeting when I said, "Hey, OEL Oliver, you want to get traded to Boston or Vancouver? By the end of the season, you will be gone." So that's good. Where is Keller? Keller only has 4 points. What about Schmaltz's 5 points? Okay, I mean those are second line numbers, so it's expected. Kessel is doing really good. I guess maybe the power play. Let me go back and see it. It could be the power play. 4 power play points. How many points does Keller have on the power play? 2. And Schmaltz 2. So that makes a bit more sense. Again, Kessel is 85 overall. Maybe did they mix up the lines then? No. It's like that. And again, I want to keep it like this for now. I want you guys to be playing well together. And maybe if a head coach is fired and he fits the scheme of what I want in the first line, then maybe I might jump and fire my head coach. But again, guys, I looked before and I didn't see any head coaches that really matched that were good. So we'll go another month and hopefully we could increase OEL's value while slowly decreasing the value of DeBrusque since he has 1 year left. So Fisher, again, a lot of teams want Fisher. I don't really feel confident in trading him away yet because I don't have a coach to decide what I want to do. Antti Ranta, I should have probably looked at that trade. I mean, we're winning. We're rolling right now. 9-4-1. 11-4-1. Wow. Fisher for a second and Sam Gagner. What? Why does everyone want Fisher? I should probably take him off the block. But I mean, look how good our team is doing. We're scoring offense. Our defense isn't the greatest, but that's to be expected. It's going to get even worse if I trade OEL. Ranta for Eric Stahl. No, I don't want Eric Stahl. Vegas. Good year for rookies. Okay. I mean, we are flying off to a hot red start. 14-5-2. Johnson for a second. I probably get a first, honestly. Unless they really mess up the trade dollars at first round picks, which I mean makes sense. But we finished the month of November 16-5-3. We are like red hot. Kessel is almost point per game. We are, where are we? Third in our division, tied for third with San Jose. We have 2 games in hand. And that's kind of what we expected, honestly. Like a fringe playoff team. I wanted to make us be like a top 10, between top 5 and top 10 pick. But, of course, he didn't trade Ekman Larsson. Look how good he's doing for us. So maybe we don't trade him. I don't know. He's playing really well. Maybe we find a coach that fits in perfectly. Keller. Keller's at 17 points, so Keller's like living life. He's still an 84 overall. Where's Nicky Schmaltz? He looks like he's struggling, eh? He's down here 7 points. Wow. 7 points minus 5. How? This is interesting. They're playing all together. 7 points. How many points does Keller have? 4 power play? It can't be because the power play. That's just really weird. Maybe because Ekman Larsson's doing so well. So he's getting like the second and first assist, while Kessel and Keller getting the other assistant goals. So 11 goals for Kessel. Keller has 2, yeah. So it's got to be Kessel scoring assisted by Ekman Larsson and Keller. That's what I would imagine. But this is great. This is great. So now we went 2 months in. Again, I'm not going to go up to the deadline. I'm not going to do the deadline, I will go up to it. But let's look and see right now. Did Ekman Larsson's value go up? It looks like it stayed the same. But I don't know. We'll keep looking. And oh, wait a minute! I didn't even see this guy, Soderstrom. I didn't even see him because he's not. Is he not signed? He is signed. Why did I not see this guy? High top 4D. What the heck? When did we get this guy? I swear, maybe he was too low overall, but I did not see him in the contracts last year. This year. Interesting. What is he? 2-way defender, right-handed? Interesting. Could play next to Chikrin if he grows. Who do I want to check? Ranta. Did you drop? It looks like, I think he dropped a bit actually. But he's having a great season. 935, 10 wins. Kemper 909, 10 games. Ranta's played 14. So Ranta's starting more. And he's having the better season. 212 goals against, 290. Kemper, he's not doing great, Kemper. I can't say he is. Aiden Hill in the minors. How's he doing? 911. Not bad. Let's look at DeBrusque. Don't want to go to these guys. Forwards. DeBrusque. I think he did drop a bit, right? I believe Frederick was above him. I believe he was above both Frederick and Stanika, so that's good. He's 24 now, so I believe he grew. How's he doing? 14 points in 25 games. That's pretty good on the second line. But again, does not fit. Line scout on offensive line 4. What? Let me scout him again. Maybe the scout messed up. Maybe Nermi messed up. But looking at the brush, let's look at Vancouver as well. Again, I was looking at Vancouver and no one really caught my eye. The only one that I was really looking at was like Besser because there were trade rumors with Besser, but the trade value is really high and even him does not fit anywhere. So I'd rather spend less. But I could do a quick rundown. Oli Oilevi nowhere. Miller, third line again. Third line does not matter for us right now because we don't know what coach we want for our second and third line. Again, Jet Wu, we don't have him scouted, but I'd rather go on the Stanika risk. Nils Hoglander, not scouted, but again very young. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to go for anyone. Virtanen's an RFA. I'll scout him. Oh, no scouts in the Pacific. What do you mean? We have a scout in the Pacific, I'm pretty sure, right? What? Let me quickly go look at the scouts. But yeah, as you can see, Vancouver doesn't have anyone that caught my eye. Whereas, Stanika really caught my eye for Boston. Assigned scout. Do we not have an NHL Pacific? I thought we did. Yeah, we do. NHL Pacific, Central, Metro, Atlantic. That's weird. That's very weird. Okay, now let's keep going. I mean, I don't really know what to do. I don't know what to do. We're doing well. Our team is performing really well, way above expectations. We only have 5 losses. I mean, I'm expecting us to come down to earth. See, like, there's a loss for St. Louis. But we are waiting. All right, draft class. Let's see who's the first round pick. Is it still that Laddie? What was his name? Laddie? And why are you not being scouted? Potential in comparison. Do I have to do manual scouting? I thought I had it set to automatic scouting. What? Okay, no, there is scouting being done, but not by the big guys. Okay, whatever. We'll just keep it going. I mean, again, I'm expecting us to come down a lot, but we're 2-1 right now in December. Big loss to Boston right there. I mean, Fisher, Demers for a sec. Like, again, like, I don't want to do these trades. I don't want to get like a second round pick for like a good potential guy. So we did about 2 weeks. So that means DeBrusque should have been scouted. Kessel, 27 points. He's starting to drop off a little bit. But again, one big game and he's back up on his usual. So DeBrusque, yeah, he's playing third line and his fit is none. See, like, because I know that this coach will not be my coach for Keller and Kessel because I want him to play first line. So, is it worth trading for DeBrusque right now? Right? Like, is it worth trading for DeBrusque and taking the risk to see what he is, maybe to be my second line of the future or potential first line, depending on what his thing is, because the scout could be wrong. Stanika is playing in the AHL. He only has 17 points, 28 games, but maybe he's not playing first line. Again, look, his fit does say now because it's been a while and there's no scouts. I don't have any AHL scouts, but it did say that he was NHL line 2. You guys did see it. So I'm still contemplating whether I should pull the trigger or not. But I think once December finishes, I think I will pull the trigger on trading away Antti Ranta. That's for sure. Because I do want to get some value for him. And we have Kemper who's an 85 as well. So I'll quickly finish the month. And we'll see how things are going. So there's 3 losses in a row, 4 losses in a row. Alright, so now we're starting to drop back into reality. 5 in a row. Okay, guys. Come on. At least 1 win versus Montreal. They were below 500, so we had to. Colorado, yeah, another 2 losses in a row. I mean, we're really starting to drop a lot of games. We're starting to reach that 500 level again. LA, another loss. Mikheyev. Stop. I don't want to look at trades right now. And just even more losses. Okay. Wow, really poor simulating right there. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 in 10 in our last 11 games. Wow. Big drop off right there. That's kind of what we expected, but not all at one shot. But it's okay. Because now we figured out, alright, we're starting to lose games. We're looking like we're going back to that fringe, not legit, frauds. Ranta's value stayed around the same from November, so I think now is the time to pull the trigger and trading him. He's at a 916, Kemper's at a 909. He didn't really change. So Ranta, we'll look at teams that want to trade for him. So Buffalo's one. They're listed as a conservative buyer. And they're having a really good season, so this might be their time. Let's see what their first round pick is. Again, look how high it is. That's crazy. Carolina's listed as a conservative buyer as well. And their first round pick is huge. Yeah, they are 19 and 14. Chicago. Wow. So our first round picks that valuable this year? Like, are they that valuable where you can't, like if you're a good team, you can't get anything from them? Like, who's amazing? Like, let's look at Philly. Wow. Just below half. That's mental. But San Jose is just below half. Okay, yeah, so I understand. Tampa Bay is 24-13, yeah. Toronto, Toronto looks like they're the best team in the league, and they're, yeah, okay. Okay, I get it now. first round picks looks like they're really hard to trade this year, unless like maybe at the deadline. But is it like Ranta's value will be so low it wouldn't even be worth it? So I do gotta pull a trigger on Antti Ranta, and this will lead to our first round pick getting. Wait, we don't have a first round pick. No, we do. Oh yeah, we do have a first round. Okay, I thought they took it away because of the that whole thing where we lost it because of the fraud there, the combine, the scouting. I don't remember what it was, but Arizona lost their first round pick, but they still have it now, which is a bit unfair. But what are you gonna do? So you know what? Let's do a Buffalo. All right, Buffalo's been offering us $1 billion trades for Antti Ranta, and they look like a legit team. So they looks like they could be struggling with goalies. So let's quickly look at their goalies. Allmark's an 83 overall. And he is done growing. Listed as a backup goalie. He has a 920, and Hutton is the backup with an 896. So they could use a actual starter. This does make sense. So we could do that. And now let's see. Forwards. Do they have anyone worth trading for around this value? Eric Stolick, Pozo. I don't want Skinner. There's no chance I'm taking on Jeff Skinner. And that's it. Tage Thompson, medium. Why is his trade value so high? 13 goals, is that why? Forward line 2, power forward. Interesting. So he fits the team, but that's really high trade value. That's actually terrible. 78. Is it because he has 3 years on a contract and he scored 13 goals this year? Could it be that why? Because that's really high trade value. Same with Gergensons. How is Gergensen have such high trade value? What is going on with the trades? I find it hard to make a trade right now. Guys, Gergensen is medium top 9 forward. He's 79 overall at 26 years old, but because he has 3 years, is it because of the contract, or is it just how well he's performing? Because it doesn't make sense. How does Gergensen have a higher cap hit trade value than Olofsson? And speaking of, how about we go for Olofsson? All penalty kill lines. He has a good shot, really good wrist shot. This really wouldn't make that much sense, eh? Because he has 1 year left. Is that the reason? I am so confused, guys. This wouldn't make sense. Ranta for Olofsson. So what? They gotta do Ranta for a third? This is Can I not do regular mid-season trades? I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait till the deadline. All right. So I'm gonna stop with this with procrastinating right now and all that. I guess I'll just go to the deadline because the trade value is way too high on players. So we'll keep going, I guess. We'll see how we are at the deadline, see if it's what we have to do. But all I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to say right now, if we make the playoffs, if we're looking like we're going to make the playoffs, I'm not going to waste a first or a second or any prospects to improve the roster now. Our team is still young, and I think it's worth keeping our future. So Pittsburgh, Fisher for a third and a fourth, no. This is really interesting. The trade values look really weird. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just the way it is. So Roddy is a high elite player. Balance, shoot, energy, balance behind the net. So he does not fit Kelder. Okay. How about Lazarev? Carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. So if I get a carry, shoot, balance, but behind the net. But I mean, they could low-key work a bit if I get the second overall pick. But can you guys scout? Seriously, you guys aren't even scouting. Why is it taking you so long to scout these players? I think I scouted the first and second pick, did I not? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's go up to 10. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure my scouting is on auto. Is it not? And I go to my settings and look real quick. 9 Giftopoulos and 10 Cylinder. Because like people are being scouted, but I want my top players, my top. Yeah, look, like you're being scouted, but you're not being scouted well. Really weird. Roslovich for Fisher. Let's see. How old is Roslovich? 23 at 81 overall. 80 overall, 23. But I don't have you for this season. No scouts. Weird. Really, really weird. Sami Niku is available, is on the block. Hold on a second. What's his... Perfetti is on the block? Hold on. Why is Cole Perfetti on the block? And why can't I scout him? Where is he playing? Like this is... No scouts, but he's not in the AHL. Is a Saginaw Spirit... Like, AHL would be this. Yeah, the Manitoba Moose. So why can I not scout Cole Perfetti? Like, I don't know what fit he is. And he wants to get traded. Hold on a second. Should I try and convince Ekman Larson? No, like, that wouldn't make much sense. But I gotta make a move for that. Cole Perfetti? What's my first round pick? Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Cole Perfetti. This is interesting. I did not expect that. You know what? And I didn't even look at Sami Niku. Oh, he's an... Oh, no, never mind. I thought he was like a better... I thought he was younger. Never mind. Man. Why does Winnipeg want to get rid of all their players? All their young players? Heinola, Stanley... Okay, well, not Stanley, but Heinola and Perfetti. I could maybe make a trade work with those two guys and just say screw it and rebuild. Am I willing to do that, though? I don't know. But things really got interesting with the Winnipeg Jets. That was a big discovery I just made. So we're a month away from the deadline. Kessel's dropping off at 39 points. 25, 20, and 5. We're 5-5 in our last 10. And by the looks of it, we are out of the playoffs. Okay, we're out of the playoffs. Where are we in overall? Entire league. Sounds like the best team in the league. Where is Winnipeg, actually? Winnipeg is 7th in the league. Okay. And Arizona is 18th. So that would mean if we finished 18th, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? We'd be the 14th overall pick. Guys, I mean, I could per se exploit the trade value of my first round pick, go for Perfetti pray I don't get a top 3 pick or a top 5 pick, because Perfetti, it's like imagine me drafting Perfetti in the 5th, like 10th overall, like that's a steal, right? Because his medium lead 73 overall at 18 years old. That's possible. That's very good potential. I could trade my first round pick, or I could trade away Oliver Ekman Larson, and perhaps maybe like a Derek Stepan or like another veteran, because they want veterans. But that has made things very, very interesting. I could try and convince OEL. Alright, he said he wanted Boston, Vancouver. I could say, hey, go to Winnipeg, man. I mean, the fans will love you in Winnipeg. I mean, you'll be their best defenseman. They do need defensemen. I could say, hey, look, this is a business, all right. You want to go to them? You don't have a no movement clause in NHL, so I could say whatever. I could bring you wherever I want. But by the looks of it, Keller is growing. Only has 37 points, but he is growing. He has really good stats. What's his shooting? His shooting is low, but that's expected. He's a playmaker. Only has 11 goals. Maybe he hit the 20 goal plateau. I'm not sure. What's his ice time? Well, let's say 17 minutes a game. Fisher, yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. Chikrin's an 84 as well. So yeah, our two golden gooses are growing. Chikrin is getting better defensively, which is good. Hayton is growing. He's looking good. That's it. Let's look at the system. We have some system guys. Like, where is that defenseman? Aiden Hill isn't growing. That's okay. Where's that D? He's not growing. Oh wait, no, that's it. That's not him. Here, him. Soderstrom. Is he playing? He hasn't even played. I should probably be starting him. Wow. What am guys? I am screwing up the beginning. Fire me as a GM instantly, because what did I just do? I gotta play this Soderstrom guy. Or I'm gonna say, or I could trade Soderstrom, but no, I wouldn't. Like why? Like Deanon, medium top 6. Okay, like gross. You're gross. Get out of here. Soderstrom, get in here. Oh my god, perfect. Okay, now do I have anyone that could get +5? No, he's a 2 AD. Actually, never mind, I can't. But look at this. This is perfect. This is perfect. Alright, do I have anyone else that's scratched that I'm not playing? That's good potential. Medium top 9, I don't really care about that. I'm talking about medium top 6 or medium top 4 or higher. I kind of forgot to look at this. I completely overlooked. Gross? No. How about my forwards? Do any of these guys have good potential? Oh, Marian Hossa. Oops. Martin, Fashing, medium top 9. Burke. No. Wait, what was Burke? Bottom 6. Bottom 6. Top 9. Bottom 6. AHL top 6. Okay. So we don't have anyone. Now, again, I can't trade Kessel, right? Like, it's Kessel, and he's doing so well with Keller. Alright, guys. I mean, I'm gonna stop. Maybe should I stop now? No. You know what? We'll keep going. We'll go the day before the deadline, because I don't want to enter the deadline minigame. It's gonna screw everything up. But let's look at our player stats. I don't even look at our player stats. So Kessel, 39 points. Keller, 37 points. OEL, 35 points. They're all at minuses now. Stepan's at 32. Stepan's having a good season. Garland's at 26. Dvorak's at 25. Hayton's at 24. Hayton's at 24. Is he playing 4-line? That's really good. Fisher's at 22. That's not good at all. Schmaltz only at 22. Again, that's not really good. Maybe trade bait. Chikrin, again, he's more defensive minded, so that's okay. 19 points. How many minutes is he playing? 22, 34. How about OEL? 26, 32. Okay. Jalmerson, that's alright. No one else I really care about. How about goalies? How's Ranta doing? 9-14, Kemper 9. Kemper has kept this stat line forever, since the season started. Whereas Ranta has been dropping slowly. So yeah, maybe I move Ranta to Winnipeg. Hell, I don't even know. But we'll go up to the day before the deadline, and we'll look to see what we can do. Oh, and we're playing Winnipeg. All right, so let's go. All right, we have about 10 games left before the deadline, and then the next episode I'll enter the deadline mini game, and we'll play. We'll see what happens. But if Koperfei does not get dealt at the 24th, I may have to reconsider a trade and might go for Cole Perfetti, and I might do a Stanika trade on the side. Alright, that's what I'm thinking. Because right now, we're winning, we're losing, and I mean, we're above 500, but we shouldn't be. Like we just lost back to back. We lost 3 in a row, actually. Jalmerson, a 4th, a 5th, and Osley for a 2nd and a 3rd. Like, why is a 2nd so valuable? Yeah, we just lost 4 in a row. I'm not going to play Winnipeg. because I'm not gonna skip the day. But Keller's at 46 points now. We are 6th again, 64 points. What is that in the entire league? So San Jose, oh no, Buffalo is the best team in the league. Okay. Where's Winnipeg? 13, they're dropping off. We are 21st. So we have a top 10 pick, right? Is that top 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could drop further. We could put on. Okay, you know what? This is looking good, alright? We can maybe get a top 10 pick. So now let's look at our trade values. Maybe everything calmed down, maybe not. Maybe in front of the trade deadline minigame, then everything will like re-update. But let's see. So our first round pick is sky high. Antti Ranta is still at a decent value. For instance, let's look at Boston's first round pick and see. Are they not good this year? Oh wow, they're not that good. They're like the same as us. Let's see. Stanika 7722. He went up in age, he didn't grow in overall. Interesting. But he's having a good season, 36 points in 55 games. It's not bad. They got Hoffman. Wow. DeBrusk, his value is very low. 31 points on the third line. That's like DeBrusk Stanika as a side trade, maybe. But let's go to Winnipeg. Quickly go to Winnipeg. Is he still there? Perfetti is still there. Oh my god, he's still there. Wow. Guys, I think we might do it. I think at the deadline we might pull off a Perfetti trade. I mean, like, look at his stats. His shooting is good. His passing is already really good. He was a 73. He grew to 74, did he not? So maybe not next year, but the year after, like year 3, he could be an NHL starter. This is really good. This is a really big thing that happened. But, oh, wow. What's that salary? Do they have bad contracts? Stastny. Perfect. Stastny's a bad contract. Perreault's a big contract. Yeah. Okay. I think we should do it, boys. I think next episode, we got to discuss with OEL and say, listen, buddy, your time is up. It's either Boston or Winnipeg. I mean, if you want to play in Boston, they're not a good team, but Winnipeg's a great team, so that could influence him, that could sway his opinion. He'll be the main guy in Winnipeg as well. But yeah, we'll look at progress reports one more time to see how people have grown. So Keller, I believe, was always at 17. I believe same with Chikrin in the system. Again, we don't have anyone. We have this medium top 4D Capobianco. Was he always there? I didn't even remember seeing him, but he's actually slowly growing. At 23, he could maybe crack the NHL next year. Where's the guy? High top 4D. Where is he? He's playing now. 2 points in 10 games. Not bad. But he hasn't grown yet. But this could be good. But yeah, you know what? I think we'll end the episode there. We've made a discovery. We've looked at what our team is. We're up to the deadline, and we've seen that they're. I think that's gonna miss the playoffs most likely. And if we trade Ranta and if we trade OEL, that'll seal our fate. We're not making the playoffs, and we're going for a top 10, maybe even top 5 pick, depending on how we do in these last 10 games. So. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If we should try and pull off a Perfetti trade, if that one makes sense, because Winnipeg does want to trade him away. And they are a great team. So getting Ekman Larsson would just make like great sense. A top D, secure a chance that get you a really good chance of winning the cup. This makes way too much sense for them. I think so. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like. Just remember to subscribe. I'll put up another video soon because I am happy to start uploading again. And yeah. I'll see you guys soon.